So it's currently November 16th, Monday, 6:48, going towards Rusk County in Henderson, city of Henderson in Texas, doing some field work over there. Gonna measure 40 water level, groundwater level sites, and should be there for about 4 days. Should be coming back on Thursday. Tentative schedule, so hopefully it's a good week. And yeah, I'll keep you updated. I'm gonna get some breakfast in a bit. I'm gonna arrive to Taylor, Texas. Should be putting some gas in the truck as well, because right now it's currently like at a fourth left, and so estimated of arrival at the first site is gonna be around 11, and it's currently 7:09, 38 degrees. So this is perfect weather level, water level field work. So pretty excited this week. I'm arriving to my first well site. This well site is a recorder well, so it's an unused well, but we have monitoring equipment that has telemetry with satellite. So it measures pretty much consistent every 15 minutes, and so I'm gonna see if the measurement is on track with the one that's online. All right, guys, this is a well site. This is what we call a recorder site, because it has equipment that measures static water level measurements every 15 minutes. And so here is the entrance where we put the tape, and that is the E-line that we have. So once it hits water, it beeps, and that's where we get our measurement. So the measurement is gonna be from the top, and usually we subtract the MP, which is a measuring point, and this one was 2 feet, so I got a measurement of 157.52. so you subtract that by 2, and that's 155.52. And so then we later on compare the results and then calibrate this meter. So I'm currently taking a lunch. It's currently 1:26. I'm eating a garden salad from Whataburger. Pretty good stuff. I don't tend to eat very heavy stuff for lunch, because, you know, I'm sitting down for long periods of time, and I could eat much more comfortable for dinner. But yeah, now than time, because of COVID, I tend to eat more from drive-thru, and then I'll eat in the parking lot or somewhere else open. Yeah, but yeah, I don't tend to eat inside anymore because of COVID. But you're still eating, so you still enjoy it. Alright, guys, I just measured my last well, and big ass stick. I measured it right at the time of sunset, so it was 2/10 of a mile where I parked, and so it got pretty spooky. But those are the best ones to measure. My adrenaline kicks up, and that's the main reason I like to do these trips. So I guess right now I'm gonna go look at some places to put some gas for the truck. It's at empty. I'm gonna look at restaurants, and then I'll book in my hotel. And then later on this evening, I'm gonna double check the data that I inserted today back at the office or at the hotel. All right, guys, I just checked in the office. I usually exaggerate now in COVID times to wear a mask and also a face shield, just in case, just to be comfortable on the safe side. I'm just doing some last minute paperwork, and right now I'm gonna be looking at some restaurants to go to before I actually check in the hotel, because I'm trying to limit the amount of times I enter and exit the hotel in these situations. So yep, and so far so good. All right, guys, I'm back at the hotel. It's currently 10 o'clock, right on the dot. I'm just reviewing some data, some last minute data. These are all the wells that I'm going to be measuring, and most of these, all these on today. And here's a little map of where exactly I am in Texas. And I'm just revising the data and putting some additional things, and I think that's all the things I'm going to do for today, and then I'm going to call it quits. Get a good night rest and then got to get ready for tomorrow. Good morning, guys. Buenos dias. Just had some breakfast. I'm off to my first well. I'm meeting a person at 8:30, and hopefully this day is another great day. So far, it's, you know, sunrise was perfect. Blue skies, no clouds, 43 degrees. So keep you updated today, guys. I just measured a well, and from the depth to water was 259, and I just wanted to let you know how I write my stickers. This well number was 3703201, so that's the state well number. Alright, so look, guys, so I have the time, my initial, the measurement, the date, and the well number. So, and we usually stick them around here next to the electric boxes, so just so they could have a little record of the water level measurements. So I always keep dog treats in my truck, because most of the time there are dogs in people's property, and they always bark at me. And so with the treats, you know, most of the time I give them a treat, and then, you know, after they eat it, they're happy. But there's some dogs that you give them a treat, they shut up, and then they eat the treat, and after they finish it, they continue barking at me. Those are the mean dogs. But at the same time, it's kind of funny though. It's funny when, you know, that happens. Alright, guys, so this one is a different well. There's a little pressure valve here, and you just put some pressure on there, and whatever you get a PSI reading, you multiply by 2.307, and that's the number of feet that's the water displaced. And we use a little air pressure for the tire into that. So sometimes the water is we have to be very careful with wild animals, especially in the evenings. But because, you know, most of the time I work during daylight, I never drive in the night, so unless I'm returning late from field work. But right now there is a deer with a lot of antlers across the path, and you know, most of the time you have to be careful with those, even though we have a deer guard in our truck. And because, I mean, for example, yesterday there was also a squirrel in the middle of the road, and it almost caused me to maneuver off the road. But, you know, thankfully I was able to brake in enough time to not have any incidents. So just a little tip. Well, we're gonna use a steel tape. It's about 52 feet down, so yeah, should be simple. So I usually take my clipboard, has all the information, the field book, my phone, water level stickers, my tape, my phone, my wallet, and most importantly, the GPS thing. So if anything happens, there's an SOS button, so, you know, they could find my body if something happens, but it doesn't ever happen before. Usually you use it if we're stuck in the middle of nowhere, in terms of like the trucks being stuck and there's no cell reception, and they can also find you where you're at. So right now I'm gonna chalk up my tape, and I'll show you how to do it. So it's a carpenter's chalk. It's a blue tape with the steel tape. So usually what I do, usually because the variance isn't that much of grade, it's always been around 52, 53 feet. I'll probably do like for 5 feet. So I just chalk it up, not that hard. And make sure you have gloves so you don't want to get cut. It's gonna be pretty sharp. And so put the chalk back. I usually put it inside the truck. And roll it up. And then we're ready. So this next one is 3716-701. So I usually like to have it when I leave the last property. 701. 16. Here it is, 701. And there's usually a little map just in case our Garmin takes us in another path, which is usually the case. And so, but either way, at the same time, I also like to leave it here. I also like to do this. Let me see if I could. So the next one is going to be what? 16701. 16701. If I could find, here it is. 16. So it's 14 miles away. And so what I do is I like to see the entire route, so I'll just make sure it doesn't take me on a funky road. So that looks pretty straight, right? So right now it's what, 11:50. It's estimated to be at 12:14. So I might take a lunch. So waiting for the train. I guess I'll go research some restaurants while I'm waiting. I've been here for 5 minutes and it just stopped and the engine's over there. You gotta be kidding me, man. Yeah, let's go the other way, of course. Thanks, Union Pacific. I appreciate it. Bye-bye. He said hi. So I think I'm gonna be able to finish tomorrow morning, but I'm gonna be searching for new wells to inventory so we could add to the water level program. So okay, so this is a map, our map that we use based from our database placed in the map, and I use this to try to find new wells to inventory and to add to our water level program. And so northeast, this county of Shelby has few wells, so just click on well reports and just we'll put a borehole because that's the length of the well, and I usually filter out the description to domestic, stock, and industrial wells because those are much easier ones to measure in terms of access. And so I zoom in. I already had picked one before to save time, and so this was in the small town of Hasden. What I do is I copy the coordinates, which is located there, copy it, and then I just go to Google Maps and I paste those coordinates there. And what this will let me do is pinpoint the exact location, but I get to use satellite and also, if possible, street view to have a better view of the well and the well access. And so it looks like here it's pretty much easy to access and measure. So there it is. That's how you inventory a new well. Morning, guys. It's 11:49. I'm on my way back to Austin. Should be headed over there, arriving at between 4 or 5 p.m. I might stop somewhere to get some lunch, but yeah, today I measured the last well around 10:40, I believe, and it's Thursday morning, so it's been a good week. So again, next month in December I'm gonna probably be in the Panhandle, but it just depends on COVID. So we'll see. I'll keep you updated. This week was a good trip, and it's always fun to be out in the wilderness and then coming back to the city with traffic. You kind of miss traffic sometimes, but after some time, you kind of don't miss any of the city limits. But once you're in the wilderness for a long time, then you kind of do miss being back with civilization. So thank you you for having me, and until next time.